back. This is Hugh Mungus, and I got my partner here.
Humongous from where? What the?
Let's keep
Call
it.
me Furiosa.
Let's keep it Furiosa. Let's keep it PG. I'm not gonna show you anything. I'm just saying. My name is Hugh. My last name Mungus. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, self-given, I'm afraid. Shockingly self-given.
Okay, let's get into it today. Last day of the season. A lot going on everywhere. Best part of it, Arsenal did not win the league. I'm super happy about that. I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans.
Well, before all that, let's just say this. You messaged me at around 7:30 a.m. panicking, like a typical Tottenham fan. Oh my God, Manchester are gonna lose it. They're gonna
It
bottle
wasn't
it.
even close like that.
You are a typical.
I was just a little concerned because there was concerns.
No, it's not.
There was concerns.
It's not concern. You know what it is?
It was concerns.
No, do you know what it is? It's that you're traumatized.
It was
you're
traumatized because the league could have pulled a fast one.
They could.
Come on,
no.
They've been allowing City to get away with murder.
City.
But that's my whole point, though. What if this was just like throwing a dog a bone?
Nah. That's not how it works.
That's the reason why I even mentioned it, and it wasn't even like that. I'm just saying, like, hey, I'm just getting a feeling.
That is not how it works.
Nah, it was the way it works sometimes.
You know what it is? It's trauma. It's trauma because you are traumatized.
What trauma? Please enlighten me.
You're a Tottenham fan. That's the only trauma you need.
That's something else.
No, it's trauma.
It's completely different.
Look at the only two things.
Weren't you talking about conspiracies against Chelsea?
Yeah,
weren't you talking about that? That's trauma too.
No, that's not trauma. Those are facts.
It is.
Those are facts.
No, come on.
That's just gospel of Pope, man. That's just gospel of Pope. All right. But the only thing that I can say that the one thing in common that the North London clubs share between Tottenham and Arsenal, above everything else, one, they're both located in North London.
They're from Woolwich, but whatever.
And two, that they both bottle the league. Oh my God!
Didn't we finish above you guys this season?
But what did you win?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What did you win though?
You didn't win anything either.
It doesn't,
you
exactly.
Nothing to say.
It doesn't matter.
You have nothing.
What do you mean? I have a lot to say because you didn't win anything. You lost twice against us. Exactly. The only thing Tottenham's good for...
I'm going to get into that in a little bit.
The only thing Tottenham's good for is bottling. Honestly, they should have their own bottling company. The Tottenham bottling company.
Just like Chelsea has a rent place.
Man, that's fine. It's 2024, Love, bro. Love whoever you want. It's okay. You can come out of the closet now, too. But moving on to the less important topics. Man City won the league.
Yeah, Man City took it.
To me it was obvious, but you were, shaking in your boots.
No, well, the thing is that I could see it coming too. It's just for a split second, I'm like, wait a minute, because you know how you sent me the photos of Arsenal at their stadium getting ready for their ceremony. Like they put everything out, but like a day or two before this final game, and they put everything out. I'm just like, are they gonna bamboozle us into this?
No,
that's what it felt like.
Well, look, that's two things. One, again, that's your trauma, and two, that's routine. Any sporting event, they do that because it has to be perfect the first take because they don't want to waste time.
I can understand that, but it's something that you normally don't see it make public.
Well, yeah, but just because you don't see it made public doesn't mean it's like, oh my God, no, bamboozle us.
But because it was made public, because it was everywhere, it was wait a minute. Because England, like I said, normally you don't see these things like that.
England did that we were talking about it literally seconds ago in the World Cup or Euro, whatever. They hadn't even played the semifinal yet, and they already had the bus ready. They already had everything lined up, and they were still literally 2 games away from even thinking about that. It's just hey, this is how we're gonna run it.
I understand the prepping aspect,
but you don't. The thing is, you don't know because you don't see it.
Yeah, but
it goes back to your roots.
Normally,
listen,
that's the
today
way
I'll be your psychologist. All right, Tottenham.
Shut up.
Tell me, where did it all start? Was it Harry Redknapp?
Yeah, Harry Redknapp.
He
gave us the only trophy we've had.
I'm so sorry. I feel bad for you.
Yeah, sometimes I feel bad myself, but hey, that's the team I chose. I stick through it, thick and thin.
Some some would say it's in your blood, right?
Hey. Uh, Racism.
That's not racism. That's not racism. For
This episode was brought to you by
racism.
racism.
Anyways,
R is for
so
racist.
Man City won the league. Man City won the league, and it's funny because uh, the last game, the previous game after they interviewed Pep Guardiola. Sorry, my my Mexican American is coming out.
Say it with a lisp.
Yeah, they interviewed him in the press conference, and uh, they asked him something about if the league is boring, that City have won the league 4 times, right, back to back to back to back, and if I guess if the money had anything to do with it,
The
and
investments.
yeah, well, quotes, air quotes here,
Air
investments,
quotes, of course.
and he says some bullshit. Yes, we're guilty, but you can't prove it. Answer, and it was like, oh, Man United had money. They didn't
Spent money.
spend money. They didn't win anything. Chelsea spent money. They didn't win anything. First of all, let's fact check that. We beat them in the Champions League final with their little $1 billion spent as well. And then he also said Arsenal spent money and they didn't win anything, which is true because they haven't won anything. Here we go. But Arsenal, I think, are the team that spent the less money out of the four of them. But he's wrong because in his first 2 years as coach, Man City were quoted billed like at around £1 billion, British pounds spent.
That was the first two transfer seasons, right?
His first 2 years, yes, his first 2 years.
Or four.
No, his first 2 years. His
Okay,
Pep
two.
Guardiola's first 2 years.
But that's why, like, there are two transfer seasons in each year.
No, yeah, it has 4 windows, but City don't buy
Yeah.
mid season. But yeah,
No,
anyways,
but that's still extremely high. That especially by when the time he came in,
well, that's what I'm saying.
that was uncalled for.
Well, yeah.
Like you would never
Well,
see
they
a
said
team
that.
spend that
Well,
much.
see,
like
people
that.
were saying that Chelsea were the ones who started it all.
No,
Because they spent 50 million on Fernando Torres back, and that was like the record. But see, I think 50 million now is like, well, now, right? Because we compare it to now, but 50 million was a lot for someone who never won anything. First of all, never won anything. He never won the league. Never won anything. He was a good striker for sure,
Yeah.
but never really proved that. Hey, I'm a winner. You know. But with Chelsea, like most teams, it didn't work in the league. It didn't work, but in Europe, it worked. Won the Champions League, scored that decisive goal against Barcelona.
It's just a weird dynamic with Torres because you guys kind of had that with Kai Havertz too, right?
Where he was like very
they weren't-
inconsistent.
Yeah, very inconsistent strikers, but when the time mattered, that's when they would score.
Yeah,
The
and
few times they did, they would be in big moments. So
Yeah.
it's like a bittersweet situation, right?
well, now it's just better because he went to Arsenal and jokes on you, boy, you won nothing
And he scored more.
and won nothing. And
Yeah.
in Chelsea, he scored less and won 3 trophies, 3 beautiful trophies. Anyways, going back to City, yeah. So I think they started that whole revolution, right? That whole inflation in the market, right? And then yeah, so they were marked at around £1 billion. And it's funny how they criticize Chelsea for spending £1 billion this transfer season, but they bought I think like 18 players, which to me is ridiculous. First of all, because you don't need that many players.
Well,
Yes, they bought 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, and and a few 20-year-olds. But to me, that's really excessive.
what I found extremely surprising, like the amount of defenders they purchased first. That was like, what the heck is going on?
I think it was more like a panic buy. You know what I mean?
You think that's what it was?
Yeah, for sure. Because first of all, they brought in the fucking Dodger owners.
Yeah.
I guess they thought it's like baseball where you can just, pass and go, and collect your $200 kind of thing. But anyways, yeah. So city, and I think to many people, even back then, it looked shady because they were spending so much money. They weren't, and the people make fun of City all the time that they don't sell out their stadium, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
true.
true.
And
They
they
don't.
never do, neither in Champions League or in the league. They never sell out their stadium, so it's pretty weird of the transactions that they put on the books, right? Because a lot
Yeah,
of people were saying that they would cook the books, and I have here the 115 charges against Man City. So
115.
yeah, dating back to 2009 when the petrol heads, came and took over.
Yeah.
So 54 failure to provide accurate financial information from 2009 to 2018. So that's literally at the beginning, I think, of uh actually no, Guardiola came in. I think, yeah, because this is gonna be his 5th year. I think it's around that time, maybe
Is it
even
fifth? I thought it
after,
was his like
because he's won the league 4 times. Oh yeah, you know
no
what? Yeah, it's his 6th year.
six.
Yeah, you know what? I think it is during his time. 14 times failure to provide accurate details for players and manager payments from 2009 to 2018. So that's a 9-year gap,
Yeah.
or 9-year, and then 5 times charges failure to comply with UEFA's rules, including financial fair play, from 2013 to 2018, and then 7 charges of breaching the Premier League's PSR rules from 2015 to 2018, and 35 failure to cooperate with the Premier League investigation from December 2018 to February 2023, meaning they didn't want to give up any of the ledgers or essentially any evidence to say, hey, you know what, look, here are our books, here are our receipts. Nothing was sketchy, essentially. So they have a total of 115 breaches of regulations between the league and UEFA in total.
So in Sky Sports, there was a brief conversation about that on what would be like a a decent punishment. Like if Everton got deducted points,
Yeah,
how many points was it? Like
10.
10 points. So what would be the proper amount for City? And of course, they're always going to downplay it a little and just focus on the points aspects instead of the big picture
Well,
of
to be
all
fair,
these things. But they were talking about it briefly, and they're like, "Oh, um, I think one of the pundits was talking about it and was saying that they kind of vaguely heard that it could be like an 80-point deduction."
no. So from what I saw, then it's this, and it's like an actual,
No,
like,
but this was in Sky Sports.
but this is someone who, this is,
But I'm not saying that that's gonna happen.
no, no,
Like
no,
that, they were just kind of like,
no. I know, but they
you
don't
know.
deduct points at that point. They do not deduct points.
That's what I would think as well. That's why I was like a
No,
little
what they
little
do is
concerned when
they're
they were
gonna,
mentioning that.
so it's from 2009 to 2018. So whatever they won from that period, it gets removed from their records or whatever, right?
Yeah,
So whatever they won from that point to that point, because they have to, because essentially it's cheating, right?
yeah,
They had more money to spend and play, and, like, they had a bigger wage gap, and then whoever was second place, and or if it was like a cup final or whatever, and whoever lost it, they get the trophy, they get the honors. But there's a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money, and
yeah.
money makes the world go round. So who knows if they will really bring them to
Some justice.
right, to a form of justice. But uh I don't know. Here's a quick little tweet. It says, Man City winning 4 Premier League titles in a row is such a fairy tale. Amazing what can be achieved with 2 billion British pounds, a manager with an offshore account, a suspended 2-year ban from European competition, and 115 charges of financial irregularity. I mean, that kind of just,
It sums it up.
yeah. So yeah,
If you're a
it's pretty
City
shameful.
fan, if you're listening and you're
If you're a City fan, you're a plastic. I'll tell you right now, you're
no,
fake.
no, just bear with me here.
No, you're fake.
Let's not point fingers like that,
I'm not
because
pointing fingers.
we don't know since when
I'm not pointing
You
fingers.
know, it
First
is
of all,
it is a common
if he says 10 years,
it
that's
is
that's bullshit.
it is a common theme where most people that we've encountered are recent fans.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, let's give a chance. You know, if you are a City fan and you follow the Premier League, what's your thought about your team in general? I would really like to hear what's your side of the story of how do you view all these
I can tell
these
you, I
things.
can tell you right now, they're gonna be like, "Oh, those are all lies, Man City, the better
Oh,
than
well,
this."
we'll see. Maybe
No,
somebody answers and
no,
can shed a
dude,
different
come
light.
on.
I
The only
look.
reason you say it because you're a Tottenham fan, you don't know what it
Listen,
is to
bro,
watch
it
your
has
team lift the
nothing to
trophy.
do with that.
A
Come on,
100% it is.
relax. Take a chill pill.
You have no.
Here, take
You
a chill pill.
you'll never see your team win
Take
the
it,
Champions League.
take it,
You'll never
take a
see your
chill pill.
team win the Premier League.
Take the chill pill.
You'll
Here,
never
open
see
your
your
hand.
team.
Open your hand.
You'll never
Here.
see your team win a Champions League. You'll never see your team win a Premier League. I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
We'll
It-
see. We'll see.
There's no we'll see. It's just
We will
boom.
see. Unless I'm dying tomorrow or whatever.
I'll
We
tell
will
you.
see.
Look, I'll tell you this. At the way they played, except for today, at the way they played the whole season, Aston Villa have a better chance of winning the league than Tottenham. And that's saying a lot because they lost 5. They got thrashed today by Crystal Palace.
Sixth place. Silence.
It doesn't matter.
Silence.
Okay, fine. You want to talk about 6th place? I'll tell you this: 2 Champions Leagues.
Right now, you are sixth place.
It doesn't
Right now,
matter. It
this
doesn't
season, you
matter.
ended
You know
sixth
why?
place.
Because your team won 0 trophies this season.
You didn't
Last
do
year,
crap
your
this
team
season,
didn't do
alright?
anything. And the year before that, your team didn't do anything. And then the year before that, didn't do anything. So before you say you did 6th place, history speaks for itself.
Yeah.
It's just it is what it is, dude. Look, it is what it is. Tottenham are shit. So and Arsenal. I mean, it's Arsenal. It's hashtag trust the process.
I hope you never have warm pizza ever again.
That's fine. I love cold pizza. It's just facts. Arsenal are not the team to be a Champions League.
I'm gonna get a
The only time,
pillowcase
look it. I'll tell you this.
and fill it up with bar soaps
Okay, the only time
and smack the crap out of you with
Arsenal will win the league or even be close to winning the league this season, I'll say yes. They were close because of irregularities in overall squads. Everyone was all over the place. For Villa to finish, not to take any credit from them, but to finish in a Champions League spot is something fucking out of the ordinary.
Emery did a really good job.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like not to
a
take
great
credit,
job.
not to take credit from them,
Like
but
I like the
Mhm.
fact how when Steven Gerrard came in, he lifted them
And
up
left.
a little bit, but he could only take them so far. And then they, I guess the board did a great move in bringing Unai Emery, and he did a good job.
well, yeah, but again, it contributed to right place, right time kind of thing, right? Because that's at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Of
Right
course,
place, right time.
it's part luck as well,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
but the work was done. They got their fourth place, and now they're playing Champions League.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, it's a waste of slot, but it is. It
Damn
is.
it, these
It is.
Chelsea people, man.
It's just being a realist. That's all it is.
Dude, just let people have some fun, man. Come on.
It's just being a realist. That's all it is. But yeah,
You probably went around telling kids when you were in elementary that Santa wasn't real, huh?
damn right.
The
truth hurts.
horrible,
The truth
horrible,
hurts.
man.
Why peel the band-aid slowly and just rip it off? Be a man. Anyways, yeah, so City won the league. Villa got thrashed by Crystal Palace. Yeah, I was watching the game.
5-0.
But you know what it was though? It was they didn't have central defensive midfielders.
Did I see wrong? Because I was seeing some clips of that game. I don't know if it was. I did not confirm if it was the today's game or not.
Mhm.
But was this where the keeper was just having an awful day?
Well, okay, so first of all, it wasn't what's his face,
Dibu.
Emi Martinez,
Yeah,
It wasn't
I
him.
knew that.
because he got injured
Yeah,
a previous game, and then their 2 central defensive midfielders were out too, so they put in 2 defenders. One of them is Callum Chambers, who hasn't played the whole season, and he put him in there. And when I saw the lineup, I was like, "Oh, there's the gap." Like immediately, I didn't even have to see the
Right
game. I
there.
was like, "There's the gap."
Yeah.
It's because like again, I've seen this league literally about half my lifetime, and I know when someone who hasn't played the whole, I mean, in any sport, if you haven't played the whole league and you put them in a position where it's nothing but pressure, you have to be, on point. It's bro, like it's gonna collapse. So I don't know if Unai Emery was like, it's it's the end of the league, It's like whatever.
Yeah, the point difference at that, it wouldn't matter no
Yeah,
more.
but
He knew he had
but for a
secured.
5-0 thrashing though,
Oh no, that was that, and at home, right?
no, they played
It
at
wasn't
Crystal
at
Palace.
home.
No, no,
They
no,
played at
they
Crystal
played at
Palace.
yeah, they played at Selhurst Park.
Okay.
But yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, the keeper too. The keeper. Imagine your whole season you're on the bench.
Yeah, because they pretty much scored from like halfway, right?
Oh no, you're talking about the Chelsea game.
No, 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 no.
Caicedo scored from
Oh no,
half.
no, no. I'm talking about the Villa game, Crystal Palace. That's why I was telling you that I didn't confirm if it was like the game from today.
No, they
Because
didn't.
sometimes on TikTok you get
Yeah,
if
like
you're
variety.
variety. So I didn't confirm if it was a game, but it
No, no,
was
no,
against Crystal Palace.
no,
So
no, no. They didn't.
like the keeper went out to slide on a attacker from Crystal Palace, and the
That was a Chelsea game.
that was a Chelsea game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that then.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sterling, miracle. Sterling actually had a decent game. He came out to pressure, and then that's when the goalie came out. He slid in yellow, right? I think it was yellow, but he slid. The ball went to a little bit over half half field,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there he just kicked it, and it
Am
went.
I just confusing games?
Yeah, you are. It's because, dude.
Like
At the end
everybody
of the day, they
played.
all were blue.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Crystal Palace,
Yeah.
freaking Chelsea, Everton, and it all just kind of just
It blends in together.
yeah. Like they should
Yeah.
wear like a different shade of blue. Just maybe just the.
I agree. I
few-
agree because some of these kits look way too much like other teams.
Yeah, it's just a copy and paste, and that Bayern Munich Arsenal one for next season, the Arsenal one.
Yeah.
It's literally this year's Bayern Munich jersey.
I did see that.
It's literally the same thing, but just change the badges. But it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. But anyways, but they got thrashed 5-0. I was surprised because I was like, what the hell? Like Villa really got their fucking shit pushed in, like really bad.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. But the goals were freaking good. Like they weren't like.
So you
easy
saw all the goals?
Yeah.
All 5?
Yeah, they were
Okay.
fucking great goal. They good play. Like their one forward, Matisse or say something like that. That guy, like, if he played like that the whole season, he would have been the top scorer. He was playing like if he was like if he was fucking
Yeah, there
R9.
was like toward the last 5-6 games, Crystal Palace was
Decent. Well, yeah,
they finished
they
the
let
league
go
strong.
of Mr. Ray Hudson because he got sick.
Yeah.
Because he's old. So they got they retired him early.
Put him in the home.
Well, I don't know about that, but anyways, but that one forward, he scored a hat trick today, and it is the first Crystal Palace hat trick in the Premier League history since 1992. Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
And he actually scored 4 goals, but the 4th goal was offside, but it was a beautiful goal. And even the other 2, it was just quick play, run through. But players they actually understood each other. And I mean, it took them 38 games to understand each other, but hopefully, if they stick together and they get maybe reinforced, a couple players,
yeah,
then Crystal Palace is gonna be like top mid table team. If they play like they play today,
yeah,
mind
of course,
mind you, because holy shit. But yeah, who else? What other game did I see? I didn't see the United game because, to be honest, I thought they were gonna lose. I mean, I wanted them to lose because it's United, but yeah,
it's crazy how they just what was it like
crumbled
3 weeks ago,
a month ago,
3
what
maybe 4, where they questioned Casemiro, and ever since he's been getting even worse.
Dude, to be honest, I think a lot of teams do this, but nobody notices, right? Or not a lot of people notice that there's a reason why like Madrid let go of Casemiro
Yeah,
because it was like, bro,
like
like,
they knew he was already like going downhill.
yep, and they're like, might as well cash in, you
Well,
know.
that's what they did with Rafael Varane too, and United got a hold of
Well,
him, and
that's what I'm
it
saying.
was
But
nothing.
I mean, and there's a lot of teams that do that. A lot of teams do that, and the hype is what gets them that, you know, that spot or whatever. It's like, oh, you know, if he plays like this, like he did in his first 3 years or 4 years at whatever club, you know, it's gonna
But
be great.
that's just bad scouting in general. Like they need to question their scouting people because
But I see, but scouting is only mostly for the younger players. They don't scout veterans. They only scout young players.
hmm,
Veterans because they already have their accolades. You know, they already put in the work. So same thing in baseball. In baseball, or like in yeah, like in baseball, they're like, you know, he's a 380 or 407, whatever, right?
yeah.
And then he's like 38 years old, but he's only hitting like at 275. But like, hey, you know what? He can be a pinch hitter, or he can be, you know, something. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they do with like older players.
Because I'm all for bringing in experience
Right.
sometimes
Right.
because sometimes the younger
They need it. They
generation
need it.
yeah, they need somebody to show them the ropes or at least uh, give
Right.
them that motivation that they might not know about.
To correct them.
Yeah, to make the corrections, to the final tweaks.
Yeah, to
The
correct them.
final
Just be like,
tweaks.
hey, like instead of
So
jumping, you know, 2 seconds in, jump 5 seconds in, or
yeah,
tackle
and this is
whatever.
why, and then blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm all for experience, but if you're bringing a whole nursing home into your
Like
plays,
Chelsea did,
yeah,
and it showed. It
yeah,
showed people because I will say this though: during preseason, the players that they used, that lineup he used was so good because the whole midfield up, the defenders were shit, but the whole midfield up, they were clicking, they were working. What did they do? They loaned out the two kids that were actually working together with Enzo before they brought in Caicedo. They actually loaned those two kids out, and then they brought in Caicedo, and who didn't play the preseason, he played it with Brighton, and then when he came to Chelsea, it was like, you know, yo no hablo inglés kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's like, bruh, like why? Like that's probably like the most rookiest move you can do. And then they brought back the kid, who I'm a big fan of because he reminds me a lot of Paul Scholes players where he can hold the midfield, he can attack when he has to, and he can shoot from anywhere in the fucking field, and it'll be a dangerous shot. It won't be a goal maybe, but it'll be a dangerous shot where it can cause an error.
Yeah.
He's a freaking kid. I forgot his name, but he's Italian and he's really really good. He's I think like 19 or 20 or
Bongusto?
21. No,
No.
no. It's with the C. I don't want to say. I don't want to. I mean, I'm gonna butcher it at the end of the day. But
Oh
like,
no, it's not Bongusto.
no.
Malgusto is the name actually, but
Oh no, no.
that's not
He's
who you're
a he's
talking
a
about.
he's
Yeah.
a defender.
What's up with these names, bro?
You know what it is?
What is it?
Immigrants. No. But I mean, technically,
Brought
it
to
is.
you by racism.
No. But it is though. It is. It is. It's immigrants. It's what's his face? Casadei. That's his name. Cesare Casadei. He's 21. He's 21. Yeah, yeah. But and like, I think the oldest player at the team was Thiago, and the youngest player was like 15.
Yeah.
So it's good, right? To think for the
For
future,
the yeah.
but when you bring like 18 young players, it's like, bruh,
Yeah.
like how far ahead are you thinking? Like 2060 or like what's going on? And then they just bought or they're in the process of buying like another Brazilian talent who's 15 years old, I think, or 16 years
I
old,
heard about that
for like
too.
65 million, and the kid's playing.
That's crazy.
Well, to be fair, I think every team in Brazil, when a European team is calling,
Good for them.
they well yeah
Good for them.
they put a
huge
humongous
price
price tag because Chelsea went in with like 35 mil, and they're like, at first they were like, okay, yeah, you know, maybe we'll see what's up, and then the kids started playing more frequently and started scoring goals. They're like, has to go up. Chelsea went in with like 50, and they're like, and then they actually backed out for a minute, according to Mr. The homie Fabrizio. You know, they backed out a bit, but then they went in with 65, and they're like, all right. And he's like apparently like a huge talent, and he's gonna arrive 2025, right? Yeah, 2020, the 2025 2026 season, which is 2 years from now.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what they had said.
Mm.
But yeah, and he's gonna be like part of the plan. Like he's not gonna get loaned out or whatever.
That's if he maintains his
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day,
his consistency.
yeah. But Chelsea do have a couple good players that I think Brazilian players that are like, okay, you know, maybe they can do something. But I don't know.
So, quick question for you.
Quick answer for you.
You know, these past 5 games, Chelsea closed pretty strong. You know, they didn't.
I still want him out.
They conceded very few goals, and they scored a lot.
Right.
So you still want him out.
Yeah.
You don't want to give
We
Pochettino
no,
a chance
we
whatsoever.
already said this last
whatsoever.
time.
Like at all.
No, that's it, dude.
So you think the board will do this?
No, they're gonna keep him. They're going to keep him because they're stupid. I don't care if next season they, let's say, right, this is hypothetically speaking, let's say they get third place, second place, right?
If they win a domestic cup,
I still want them out because to me that's not success. Because Chelsea are known for winning the league, and they're at least known for winning at least 2 trophies a season. And this proved that he is not a winner. You know who actually said something about something like that? The coaches that don't win anything. Fabio Capello. Because they asked him what he thought about De Zerbi, the Brighton helper.
oh yeah, which he's out of a job now.
Well, he quit. Yeah, he left.
Yeah,
but he's going to, I guess Bayern Munich want him. But Fabio
no, but they already said they Bayern Munich confirmed they're not bringing in
because Fabio Capello was like
De Zerbi.
They asked him about what he thinks of him and stuff like that, and he's like, I don't think he's a good coach. And they're like, well, why? Look what he's doing with the team. And he's like, he hasn't done anything. He's he's mid table. Didn't win no domestic cups, no FA, no League Cup, not the Premier League. They got knocked out of the Europa League really quickly. He goes, what do you want me to say? He's not a winner. And the same thing I think about Pochettino. He's not a winner. The only reason I think that Chelsea climbed up at the end, because this is what the chairmans and the board were begging the universe for, that by some miracle, they prayed to all their gods or sacrifices, whatever they do, and that Chelsea need to finish some form of European competition, for financial fair play. That was your whole spiel. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get a little Jewish here. Whole spiel. You know what I mean?
Racist.
But that's not racist. But yeah. So I think it's just it's what happens every year. It's the end of the league. What do you call it? Like the end of the league? Not hiccup, but like the end of the league.
Clarity or
no, not clarity. Like exhaust. Like
okay.
They're tired. Like it's the end of the league. They're all gassed out already. All these. Especially the top teams. They played, I don't know what, 40 something games, including Europe and including cup competitions.
Yeah.
Mid-table teams who try to fucking go up and they can't. They're batting way above their fucking, way above their level. The bottom league teams fucking literally taking a beating from every single team when they get scored 8 goals, 5 goals, 6 goals. It takes a toll mentally, physically too.
Yeah.
So I think it was just literally, like I said earlier today, right place, right time for them. Because today, like today's game, they got lucky at day one. They got lucky because Bournemouth would have had scored 2 more, and they got lucky. Chelsea got fucking lucky. I tell you that much. So to me, it's the same fucking squad, the same mistake. Because every goal they conceded in these last 5-6 games, it's literally the same mistake that they always make. Only difference is the teams that they're playing with are shit teams, including Tottenham, because Tottenham have been really, really bad. And they're all tired. They're just tired. Chelsea didn't play no competitions this season. They didn't play no European competition. The only thing they did was reach a semifinal. And they lost it. And a final against Liverpool, and they played against Liverpool's academy, and they lost it. So to me,
So what do you attribute these five final games
I just said it, exhaustion of the league.
of the league then? Okay, so but I'm already jumping into a different topic, but no, that you're okay. I can see what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's exhaustion of the league. Because to me, my final straw was when when Chelsea lost the final against Liverpool's academy, and it was their academy because most of the players were 18-year-olds with no Premier League experience,
Yeah.
and it was an embarrassing game from substitutions to the players he came out with to the decisions he made to whatever team talk he had at halftime. Because as soon as the second half started, they crumbled. Chelsea crumbled. So relying on one player, Cole Palmer, somebody. Um,
I think it was more of his ambition than him being asked to step up. I feel like
but yeah, but I'm
he came out of
saying
his own shell.
Pochettino relying more on one player to carry the team.
Yeah.
It's yeah, sure. It's wishful thinking, but dude, be a fucking realist. At the end of the day, you have to be realistic.
Did you see that he got asked about his style of play,
Who?
Pochettino,
No.
and his response because like how we had talked about that before that he doesn't really have a style,
Right.
and the media in a press conference they asked him about it, like about his if he thought that his players were finally understanding his style of play, and he got offended by it, and he's like, "You saw my style of play at Southampton. You saw how Tottenham played. You saw how PSG played, and you don't know what style of play I have." And he got so offended by it, and I thought it was hilarious because it's like you can't even answer that question yourself.
His style of play is counterattack. Every team does counterattack. Every single team plays counterattack. That's it.
It's like he's just depending on he's depending on a Hail Mary.
Exactly.
Basically.
It's just counterattacks. There's
not much tactic in there.
Yeah, there's no technical, scheme behind counterattacking. It's just, hey, as soon as we get the ball, everyone just goes up.
Like the classic coach, up.
Yeah, it's annoying because
the classic children.
What Fabio? Yeah, it's annoying because what Fabio Capello said about De Zerbi is literally the same mentality I have towards Pochettino. He's not a winner. The only reason he won the league at PSG was because PSG.
It's a given.
And
it's a given because of the financial structure they have as well.
Not only that, but he lost every single trophy except for the league because they were already too far ahead.
Yeah,
that's the only reason why. The only reason why. But again, it's the end of the season. To be honest, I don't think there's really a good coach right now out there to even.
Xavi?
No, there's no there's no even good coach to bring in. First of all, Xavi is not even gonna leave Germany.
No, of course not.
I remember I told you were like, "Oh, they Madrid."
No, I'm this dude. You're the one that said we can go back on the episode. You're the one that said
I said he's not leaving.
He's gonna be there like half a season or a season
and a half. I said, season and a half. Yeah,
you're the one that was talking about. Yeah, I was trying to praise him for staying, and you were talking about him leaving.
You said that if like Madrid come calling, you said he'll leave. I said he'll leave a season and a half into his career in Bayern. And you can watch it back. You can watch it back. And the only reason I say, and today or yesterday when I saw the game, it proved my theory that he's not. I mean, we say this right, but he's not stupid. Like, he's a fucking god at Leverkusen. He is untouchable. Right? They're gonna throw at him so much fucking money to have him stay 5 years. But I personally think he will sign, like let's say he signs a 3-year contract or whatever. But with he'll leave, huh?
With a secret clause.
Well, I don't know about a clause, but he'll leave for sure a year and a half. Especially if tomorrow, no, Tuesday. I think they play on Tuesday. If on Tuesday they win the Europa League final, and then Saturday they win the DFK Pokal trophy,
Mm-hmm.
which is essentially they've won everything they can win in Germany,
Yeah.
then I'm sure for sure he's gonna he's gonna get the coach of the year first of all, coach of the year trophy for sure. If he doesn't get
Oh,
it,
he has to.
if he
He has
doesn't
to.
get it, dude, it's chalked. The whole system is ruined. But anyway, for sure after that, for sure, he's gonna leave because I think him more than anyone knows that if you stay too long in one place, what more can you win, right? Because
Yeah.
because he's a young coach, right? He just retired what, like 4 years ago, 3 years ago,
Yeah. About 4.
about right,
Yeah.
and
Not too long ago.
he's won everything he can as a player, World Cups,
True.
champions, everything he can in Spain with Madrid. He won the league with and the Champions League, I think, with Bayern Munich as well.
Yeah.
So he's a proven winner as a player and as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he still has like that hunger. And again, this is his second year already at Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen. So I think he is going to leave in total 3.5 years in. So 2 years already in, right?
Mm-hmm.
1.5 years more, and he'll leave. If he doesn't leave by midseason for losing or drama, then he'll leave at the end of the season. Like, all right, bro, I did my
done.
shit. Yeah, like I mean, the cool thing about what I really appreciated about Bayern is that Bayer Leverkusen is that I think in 19 I don't remember in what minute of the game of yesterday's game, they literally all stayed silent for a minute, and it was so quiet that you can hear the ball tapping on the boots. That's how quiet it was. They all stayed quiet to honor and remember all the fans from when the club started to now,
That's kind of cool.
which is 120 years.
Yeah.
Uh, who didn't get to see them lift the trophy.
Damn.
Yeah, that kind of hit hard,
That,
right?
that
Yeah,
gave me chills.
right. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's why Germany is different, bro. Germany is a different, you know,
Different beast.
yeah. But yeah. So the Xabi Alonso, it goes to that saying, right? Like, what's that saying where you either, die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain? Yeah, it's kind of that
Yeah.
thing, right? Where like, are you eventually like, are you so high up in your throne that eventually you don't,
Like peak too soon.
yeah, or you go mad, right? Like you turn to the Mad King and you're just like my ideas don't, like they have to work, right? Because they worked last season, they have to work, they have to work.
Aliens.
Kind of happened with Jose Mourinho, where he kind of goes senile because you can see it.
Oh yeah, you can see that.
That he goes kind of mental, that he's like hard headed and it's like no, like this, and it's like, bro, it's not working. It's like, no, it has to work.
But the thing with him is that it's been taking a long time for him to realize that it's a different football player now.
No, yeah. It's a
You know?
different type of game.
The modern football is he's out of the loop.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like I think everybody gets there eventually, right?
Yeah.
Everybody gets there eventually. So that's what I'm saying. Like I think Xavi's gonna be in that situation with Bayer Leverkusen because he's already won. I think three out of 4 things you can win there.
Yeah.
So what more can you win?
If you're being like extremely positive, Champions League.
No,
That's
no.
being extremely ambitious.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like, let's say he wins the Europa League, he wins the DFB Pokal, and then whoever wins between Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid have to face the winners of the Europa League, right?
Yeah.
So let's say it's Bayer Leverkusen. Let's say they win the UEFA Super Cup because they beat the Champions League winner. Next season, boom, let's say they win. Let's say they don't win anything but the Champions League. I still call it a success because it's one other thing that Bayer Leverkusen has never won.
Of course.
Right? Boom.
Like the fact that he just won the league itself.
Right. And not only that, undefeated. Which to me, hold on, pause. I think it's ridiculous that the Bundesliga, that the Deutsche League didn't do anything special. Because that is the first team in Bundesliga history that does it.
Do you think if it would have been Bayern Munich, They would have
bro.
done it.
They
They would have
fuck
done
yeah,
something special.
fuck yeah, because it's politics.
Yeah,
It's politics.
I guess we'll never know.
No, I mean, yeah, exactly. You know, we can speculate all we want,
Yeah,
but it's kind of
yeah.
like, come
No,
on,
no,
bro.
I get you. I
Like,
get
you
you.
know what I mean? Like who are you trying to fool? You know what I mean? Kind of thing. So I don't know who it was, but somebody, I don't know if it was a player or if it was one of like the chairman of Bayer Leverkusen or the owner. I don't know who. They actually gave, or I don't know if it was even the Bundesliga in general, but I saw that they gave all the players and all the staff rings, kind of like Super Bowl rings,
Yeah,
but it's the actual plate of the league, and it says Bayern Leverkusen '04
yeah.
winners or something like that, or champions or something like that, and it's in gold. Which again, if a staff member, a player, whatever did it, you know, good on them that they actually went above and beyond, right? But and if the league, because again, I'm not too
Who
up on it.
could it be also the sponsorship contributing to that kind of stuff?
Well, it's still it's part of the team though. It's part of the team
Yeah,
expense.
I guess so.
So again, if it was the club alone who did that, good on them. You know what I mean? They went. It's like they did something that they didn't have to. Like you kind of have to, right? Because if you don't, people are gonna be like, "Bro, come on," you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially nowadays, where people are expecting for doing their job. But anyway, that's yeah. But I hope the league does something if they haven't yet.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. I hope they do something because it is they're the first ever in their history to do it.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I expect something. I personally, me as a football fan, expect something from it for them. Like,
yeah. Especially because you saw what happened with Arsenal. They have the golden.
yeah, the golden goose.
Yeah. So,
Um,
very briefly, just very briefly, going back to the Premier League, and Wolves appealed to remove VAR.
yeah, that was already set in stone. In the beginning of the league, it was already written down that at the end of the league, all teams were going to vote to see how they felt about
Yeah,
VAR, and then it's the end of the league. So I don't know. If there's a set date to when they're going to
make the decision.
yeah, make the decision. I think 14 clubs have to as long as there's 14 votes,
Yeah,
yays that say that they want to scrap it, and then they'll scrap it because it's the thing is that's the rule. But um, again, I don't think VAR should be removed. I think because everything that happens is human error.
yeah.
The decisions are human error. It's not the technology.
But these errors have been
It's the
extremely
it
costly
doesn't matter.
and extremely. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? These decisions have been ludicrous.
But it's not VAR. It is not
It's the
VAR.
people behind it.
That's why it's human error.
And so I'm all for scrapping it if they're not willing to put the right people in there, because
It's not the person. What they have to know, it's not what they have to do.
We were talking about a situation where VAR didn't even interfere,
And
and
look,
they
it
caused a
is.
concussion on a
But
player.
it doesn't. But I still don't want the VAR to be removed. I still don't want it. You know why? Because that proves that it's human error. It's not the technology. The technology should be here to stay. You only
Like I
say
said,
that
but like I
because
said,
because I think this season Tottenham got the shortest end of the stick.
that's not true. That's not
I think
true.
they got it worst out of everyone.
That's not true. If anything, they've favored several times in a big
I
way. But just simply with the Liverpool game that they won
Yeah, but
2-1, and that was there was no offsides ever,
yeah, but
and that was,
again,
and then this is my point is this: if you're not gonna bring in bring in a system with this technology for the people that are gonna be behind it, because some of these are too ridiculous calls. They're
but
extremely
you
ridiculous.
cannot bring someone in who is not biased. It doesn't work like that.
Well, if they can do it internationally,
It
why can't they
doesn't.
do it with VAR?
Well, clearly it doesn't because in the Champions League we saw that the same issue. It is a human error. So what do they have to do? They have to punish the humans, not the technology.
But that's if you don't have the right people, you don't the technology it's not going to work. Period.
The right people, no one is going to do it because everyone is a fan of a team. Everyone's a fan of
I
a certain team.
understand that. I understand that. But there's from errors to errors, and some of these errors are extremely horrible. They're
It's
horrible.
look at
I would understand certain mistakes. I can let some of these mistakes go by,
mhm.
but there's some of these that are too obvious, way too obvious.
Again, to me, it is human error. The technology has to stay, and the technology is going to stay because I can guarantee you there are more teams in favor of it than are against it. The only issue I have is that there's no punishment for the people behind it. That's why all these things happen because there's no real punishment. There is no real punishment. If they're they can put a fucking fisherman on VAR and he's a fucking Arsenal fan and Tottenham against fucking I don't know whoever is playing and there's a clear and obvious foul in favor of Tottenham, he's gonna be like, nah, bruh, keep on playing. Because in his heart, he's an Arsenal fan, and he's gonna say, if there isn't a real punishment for him, something that's really gonna affect his career, then
This
there's
is
no point.
this is how okay. This is the minimum I would expect. The minimum, okay, for if they're willing to do this minimum part is to actually they have to change something where they have to have the 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 ref in the game go watch the play because some of these calls have been done and they don't even show the replay to the ref and they just it is what it is. That's it. I do want to demand for the ref to at least get a chance to look at it and
Well,
have the final say.
well, it's not that they don't allow him. It's just that he asked the people in VAR, he's like, hey,
But
should I look at it? And they're like, no.
that's what I'm telling. That's what I'm talking about. He's still asking them about it.
Well, yeah, because
If
that's their
they
job.
bring a rule where um if there's conflict within the VAR booth to demand the ref, even if it's not that big of a play, to bring them in because
That already exists.
when how about all these plays that there was no interference by the referee or showing any replays of the
Because
referee.
that's why there's
That's
only that's why there's only two people in VAR inside, and there's the center, the fucking fourth referee on the field. He's the third. He's a decider. They both decide. Hey, I agree. There's a foul. Hey, I agree. There's a foul. You know what, dude? You're gonna have to go watch this because
something needs to be done,
no,
man.
that
Like,
rule is already there. There's two things that need to happen. Two things need to happen. One, needs to be punishment for the human errors, actual punishment for the human errors. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, throw them in jail. That's stupid. I'm saying like because these
undercooked
people,
fish, jail.
because these people are they're not refs full time. They have regular day jobs,
Yeah, I
right?
understand that.
Right. So I would say, hey, you know what? You're not gonna work here for fucking a month, and it's going to affect them financially because the only way to actually strike fear in someone, because the U.S. government does it all the time.
It's violence.
No, it's sanctions. You know, that's the only way you can actually do things to actually get stuff moving around. That's the only thing. So that right. So actual punishment of the human error, and two, have a standard for what is actual handball and what isn't actual handball. What is actually this and what is actually that. Those two things are what needs to be applied
Because
overall.
even with the offsides, sometimes they count the shoulder, sometimes they don't count the shoulder, sometimes they count the arm, sometimes they don't count the arm.
No, it's whatever can be played.
The-
Doesn't matter if it's the elbow, if
I've seen games where things that areas where it can't be played, they still count it as part of,
again,
and
but
it's
that's
like
not a standard though. That
it's an inconsistency.
but
There's a lot of
VAR
inconsistency,
is not to blame. VAR is not to blame. It is the human error.
and also there's been cases where where the lines you can see the lines how VAR splits the lines. It doesn't even go parallel to the actual lines of the field, and it feels like they're angling them in a certain way.
Well, the lines are not meant to be parallel to the field. They're meant to be parallel to the player.
I I don't think you understand the visual that I'm trying to make, because there's I understand that it's to the person.
Hmm.
I understand that it's to the person,
Right.
but sometimes even to that person, it's angled in a certain way that's not even uh, at par with the way the play's going.
That doesn't matter.
It's
It's literally, it has
if
to be. This is the line
if my
drawn.
hand is here, right?
Right.
If my hand is here, and I'm let's for
Yeah.
lack of an example, okay? For lack of an example, if I'm here, right, and you're over here, if I move the angle a certain way to make it seem like you're ahead, that's not even though like if you look at it from the angle where the play's going or the way things are moving on the field,
Mm-hmm.
you can tell that I'm pretty much at par with you. But changing the perspective sometimes can make it seem otherwise.
No, no, but you're
Dude,
not. But you're not.
You're talking to a guy that works with angles. So,
But it doesn't matter. That has no point. That has no point to
yeah,
this,
let's
to this
scratch that off.
argument.
Then let's scratch that off.
That has no point to this argument
Okay.
because
It almost seems like you know how they like jokingly they do these memes where they make the line and then they curve it to make it
No,
to
but
just
see,
make their point
now
just for fun.
no, but now you're just see.
I don't
No.
like I said, maybe I'm not explaining myself correctly. Maybe
No, I know
maybe I'm
what
not
you're
giving
saying.
you
No, I know,
a
I
good
understand.
explanation
No,
of
I
it.
understand what
It's
you're
just,
saying.
look, yeah, there's a lot of questionable
No,
things.
I understand what you're saying, and to be honest, there's of what you're saying rarely happens. Rarely happen, and if it happens, it probably even just this season alone, maybe one time it's only happened. It doesn't happen, and again, it's not VAR. It's not VAR. It's literally human error. That's all it is. And now, if you want the whole rule, you're saying how you want, the on field ref to, mandatory go have them watch. People are already complaining about 10 minutes at it, 8 minutes at it, 10 minutes at it, 8 minutes at it per
Well,
game.
because of so much error. That's the only reason why I'm even mentioning that. Not because I understand that there's so much
So this
time
is this
invested
is
in that.
this is the first season. This is the first season that the Premier League has VAR. Germany, this is their what?
First season? No, it's already been a while.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah,
Am I high?
yeah, I think so.
Am I high?
Just a couple of years.
Because I know Germany had it first. Let's see. Now I'm just fucking. Now I'm like, he who shall not be named. Google and everything.
We'll wait.
I'm trying to hurry up because it's late.
Put some mood music.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's being used maybe because the center of this girls. Oh yeah, it started 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, today was 4 years ago. It's actually. Oh, I thought. Okay.
And within those 4 years, the rules have been changing left and right.
Well,
even in
yeah,
the middle
because
of the
there was
season.
no.
And it's come on.
Because there's no standard. I mean, to be fair, the rule didn't change mid-season. It's just that
one of the seasons you had the handball rule change in mid-season.
right, because the refs don't. It wasn't mid-season. It was in the beginning of the season, but nobody really. Because when there's a meeting between the refs, the people who decide, nobody pays attention. Nobody actually is like nobody cares. But now that there's now that there's an actual video evidence, as they say, right?
Yeah.
Video evidence that can tell them like, hey, look, this is what happened. Now they have to nitpick every single little thing now. But again, it goes back to what I said: punish the human error and have a standard of what is handball, what isn't. Because like today there was a deliberate handball in Arsenal's goal, and
I didn't watch it.
And they gave it to Arsenal. What happened was, what's his name? He's trash, Brazilian forward. Forgot his name, but there was a play where he goes for the ball's bouncing, and he sticks his hand in, but he leans and with his elbow pushes the ball. Play continues, scores the goal. Everton didn't even notice. Nobody said anything. VAR was like, "Hey, it's a possible handball." The ref goes and sees it because they think it's a handball. VAR thinks it's a handball.
Yeah.
The ref goes, sees it, and he's like, "Nah, bruh, go." Again, human error. Because to everyone upstairs in the commentating booth, they're like, "That's a handball." Again, it's not VAR. It's human error.
You see the communication there, though.
It's human error.
And you've had cases this season where it's like, oh, I can't do anything about it. Can't do nothing about it.
Again, it's 2 out of the 3 decisions. There has to be a deciding vote.
Yeah, but they didn't even give a chance for the
It's
ref
not
to
about
look at it.
it's not about giving a chance. Again,
Okay.
if the people upstairs are like, hey, you know what? It's not a foul. He thinks it's not a foul. It's not a foul. Go on. But if I say yes and he says no, then the ref has to be like, you know what? Let me go look at it. That's how it works. It's a deciding. That's why it's called deciding factor.
Well, it's been trash. It's been trash.
And yes, I agree with you. I agree with you there. It has been bad. But again, it's human error. It is not VAR. The system works. It just hasn't worked in the Premier League.
Okay.
It's worked in Germany. It's worked in Spain, sort of, but it's worked everywhere else except for fucking England. Because again, the consistency of the standard is all over the place. That's what it is. It's the standard. The standard is what sets the tone.
Yeah. Moving on. Well, I had a huge rant about Ange Postecoglou again, but whatever. Season's over. Let's move on.
You know what I don't know, agree with him or something like, yeah, what I don't agree with him. What I don't agree with him is I get where he's coming from with what his comments that he was making, but at the same time it's like you don't understand the rivalry.
That's what I've been telling you.
And
I've been telling you that
but again,
he doesn't get it.
But again, I get where he's coming from because he's a coach, right? And his job is to win.
Yes, I can sympathize to a certain aspect as well. Right. But you can't be talking about any of that when you have 5 straight games losing.
No, of course.
And you know the reason, you know how earlier I was like, oh, I'm already getting into a different subject. Because you were talking about the fatigue, right? You know, Chelsea picked it up towards the end of the season.
Right.
You know, but they didn't have nothing else going on.
Yeah.
So that's my whole point too. Tottenham hasn't had anything else going on besides the league. So what's going on, you know? Like, if you're going to try to demonstrate passion, you did it at the wrong time. Because we lost twice against Chelsea, not even a peep. We lost twice against Arsenal, not even a peep. We lost 4-0 against Newcastle, not even a peep. And then you want to talk about wanting to win against City?
But like, I think, but sorry to interrupt, but
yeah,
I think it's not him like wanting to win against City. It's the support of the team wanting to lose.
Well, yeah, because you didn't give us anything else this season.
But
you know, as a fan, come on, like at least we want to have at least something to save grace.
No.
You closed the season horribly.
No. But again, I get it. I understand. But I get where he's coming from.
Like I said, I can sympathize too.
Because
I get that in his mind, it doesn't, his mentality is, it doesn't matter who's in front of you, beat them.
Yeah.
That's the mentality.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're trying to say.
Because
and that's extremely acceptable. But
it was wrong place, wrong time.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
That's my beef with him.
Yeah.
Wrong place, wrong time. I told you earlier in the episodes how he doesn't understand the rivalry.
Yeah.
And you would think he would have a little more of a clue because, you know, Celtic Rangers.
Right.
That's a huge game.
Yeah.
You know? So you're coming to England where rivalries are everywhere. Like
especially in London with like 20 teams.
Ange is a Tottenham coach, but he's a Liverpool fan. He's admitted he's a Liverpool fan. So I'm pretty sure he could understand the Merseyside derby.
Yeah.
So what's the difference here? Like all the teams in London, we're against them, you know?
Yeah.
We want to win those games.
Right.
You know, at least show some fight.
Right.
I get it. The first game against Chelsea, everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah.
But even with the fewer players that were left after the red cards, after the injuries, that game, they showed somewhat of a willingness to still go forward.
Yeah.
You know? That's the only game I can say that they did that. Because against Arsenal, horrible. Twice. Last game against Chelsea, horrible. You know, Liverpool, come on.
So I will add to that too. Well, not to what you were saying, but to him. how he said that mentality of, hey, I want my team to lose, comes from the top. He said that it came from
Yeah,
the top.
I did hear that. I did hear that.
Which, see, to me, that's my problem. Because no matter what, as the owner of a team, you don't want to say, hey, I want my guys to lose. I get it, the rivalry, I get it. But but it looks bad
Yeah,
because
of
it
course.
shows that you have no spine. That you don't have that uh I don't know what to call it, but that
Ambition or
well, that kind of like that mentality to
like what's the word? Freaking. I think I'm losing the word
the
myself.
the mentality to separate, you know, like the rivalry and actually wanting something good for your team. And it kind of proves
The
like
code of ethics.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So you even saw it on his face when he said that it came from the top.
yeah.
The look in his face was like I'm not gonna.
No, no, yeah. That's one thing you should never vocalize like that. Um, Honestly, look, as a fan, as a Tottenham fan, I went into that game not thinking we were gonna beat City, honestly,
Right,
and not because I wanted them to lose, because I don't want to see Arsenal lift the cup.
right.
That's besides the point. Realistically, the form of Tottenham
Yeah. They
these
weren't
last
gonna
games
win.
were horrible. Well,
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
not going to win. Period.
yeah.
So we had fun with it.
Right,
We had fun with it. Let's not win.
right,
The disappointment was already happening. So um, we were already too far away from Villa to reach Champions League.
right.
So we had nothing to play for. So we would play with the idea of, man, let's sabotage the title. You know,
Right.
but come on, like you gotta understand. You gotta, as a Tottenham fan, you gotta. I mean, coach, you need to go in. Even if it's not Tottenham, if you go into United, if you go into Liverpool, if you go into
Any club.
any team, yeah, there's big rivalries,
Right.
big rivalries that you cannot overlook.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all I'm gonna say. And I even tweeted myself, kind of cheesy, but hey, rivalry against Arsenal, it was there before you, and it will continue after you. So get used to it.
Right.
You know,
But I still think that those words coming from the top, it sets a bad example.
it does. It does.
Very, very bad example because it just shows the mental state of the club and where they're at.
Yeah, of course,
Because
and
they
it
say,
does transmit very clearly
yeah,
to the players.
because it really puts that image out there that we're not a serious club,
Yeah,
and they talk the talk, right? They talk like if they're gonna be, the owners say, hey, we want to do this, we want to do that, and when the time comes, it's like, eh,
because I even stopped and reflected on my little rant as well. Like when it was happening, like I was pissed. I was like, how dare you come out of the fence like that?
right,
And like I've reflected a little bit. Like I said, wrong time to say it.
yeah, wrong place, wrong time. Yeah,
Good mentality, wrong time to say it.
yeah,
You know, and it's true. We've seen how I hate the word, how toxic or how unprofessional the board has been.
yeah, because it's very, very
Unhealthy.
Yeah, it is.
Unhealthy, and it's stopped. That's why Mourinho didn't work out. That's why Conte didn't work out.
Yep.
You know, even Pochettino couldn't get that final stretch, and I think that kind of messed with them. They broke him.
Broke his psyche.
So there's a lot going on top with Tottenham, and until we do change that mentality and try to act like a big club, then we'll start seeing silverware. So
Yeah, probably.
as they talked about this game, the higher ups, I hope they put their money where their mouth is and actually support the guy this transfer season and see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, I mean, to be honest, I could care less about Tottenham, but it's bad to see when their owners want their team to lose.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Even though if it's one game, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah.
And I wasn't gonna rant, but there it is.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's been a very weird league. Very a lot of ups and
It's an
downs.
understatement. Very weird.
It's been a weird season for sure. Um, I can't wait for Bayer Leverkusen to lift the Europa League and lift the Pokal Cup as well. I can't wait. I can't wait. Honestly, this Champions League final to me, it's like, like it. I don't know. To me, it's like it's a lazy final. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna make me feel like it's not gonna be a very interesting match. In my perspective.
I'm. It's more. I understand what you're saying. For me, it's more the curiosity of Borussia.
And then also, I don't know if you saw the picture of the tank. What's his name? He's German.
Frank the Tank.
No, the defender for Borussia Dortmund, who was Bayern Munich, who Bayern Munich released him at the end of the season before Borussia Dortmund picked him up. What's this guy's name? Sule.
Schule.
Yeah, he.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen his pictures lately.
Oh, where he let himself go.
Well, he's always been big, but he's never been that big.
But
Homie's a tank, bro. Homie's built for tough.
No, but the latest pictures look like he's got he's got like
fat, dude.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Belly and
he's always been big. Like he's always been slow.
Really? No, yes. I know he's always been big and slow, but not.
He's always been tanky, not like fat, but like he's always been like the
bull.
Boy. Yeah. Like he didn't have like a stomach like he does in those latest photos, but he had like that.
Kind of like when Gundogan let himself go for a while.
Yeah, where like it's there, but it's like fit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this motherfucker, like it looks like this motherfucker literally spent the last 2-3 months at a fucking buffet or something.
Just to give you,
I'm no one to speak.
Just to give you a visual,
chubby little boy.
To give you a visual is almost getting close, like really, really close to Nasri currently.
Yeah. Or Schneider.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
And he's a big boy too. I think he's 6'5", dude. He's 6'5", so he's a big motherfucker.
And the only reason this is relevant is because he's still an active professional, and for him,
which is insane.
Yes,
dude.
Yes. But again, Gundogan did the same thing when he was there too.
But he did it. He got fat during break, and then.
But that's what I mean. Like he did that.
Yeah, this isn't break, bro. This is during the fucking league.
Hey. But like, I'm just saying that it seems like Borussia has been flexible with that kind of.
Listen, bro, he's had one too many fucking bratwursts, bro. This motherfucker needs to chill with that shit, dude. And again, I'm not one to speak. I'm a chubby little boy, but this motherfucker, like, if I was in his shoes, and I have a facility and a whole fucking kitchen that keep you on check,
yeah,
I would use them at my disposal.
Brewskis.
Maybe he's an alcoholic. I don't know, but
he's German,
bro.
Oktoberfest.
It hasn't even happened yet, but that motherfucker's a big boy. That's like Shamu right there, dog. 6'5". Look, just looking at him, he's at least like 230 pounds.
No, yeah.
6'5", bro. He ain't catching Vinicius. The only thing he's catching is fucking hot dogs, bro. That's the only thing he's catching, dog.
Diabetes.
Exactly. That's the only thing that motherfucker is catching, dog. And I'm not trying. I mean,
why are you body shaming?
Because it's 2024, dog. People should fucking realize this, dog. Obesity is a real thing.
Body positive, bro.
No, fuck that shit. Anyways, but he's a big boy, bro. And honestly, if I was a coach, if I was his coach, I'd fucking fat chick him, bro, and be like, yo, get in the fucking scale, dog. We're weighing you. You don't lose fucking 10 pounds a week, dog. We're dropping you from the team. I don't know. It's just that.
Get him on the scale and then immediately get off. I did that for the scale, not for you.
Just imagine you're a professional. You look at someone who's not even that, that professional, right?
Yeah.
Who's that serious, like Isco, who literally fucking doesn't even take the game serious.
Yeah. He even took a long time off.
Exactly, and he's like chill, like he's fit, right?
Yeah.
Somewhat fit, and he doesn't. He, I mean, he doesn't play all the time, but when he plays, he plays. Look at I don't know. Look at Luka Modric. Look at Tony Cruz. Players who are up there in age, who are literally 10 years older than him, don't really play, as much as they did, but they fucking take care of themselves because they're like, hey, kind of have to. He's gonna probably retire by the end of the season, bro, at the rate he's going.
We'll see.
But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if he starts, I'm saying this right now. If he starts, game over. Madrid win. Like the only way he'll catch up to Vinny and to Rodrigo is if he's literally at the goalpost by the time they get the ball on the other side of the fucking field, dude. Like literally, he can run from the fucking. And I know I'm fat shaming. I don't give a fuck. If he's in the halfway mark, and Vinny and Rodrigo are in their own fucking end, they start a sprint race. He'll probably get 15 yards before Vinny and Rodrigo are already by his side. Like, because he's a slow. Because even when he was fit, he was slow as hell.
He is a slow guy. Slow.
Like if you like every time I see him run, I would see him run.
It's like 3, 5, 4.
Well, it looked like if he had like literal sandbags, like 50-pound sandbags, just like carrying them.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I saw him at Bayern when he came off the bench, I was like, "How is this guy a professional? Like, there is no way this guy's a professional player." Yes, he's 6'5". He can head the ball, but especially in modern football, you need speed. You need a lot of speed.
Yeah, but like you mentioned, politics sometimes comes in.
I mean, I'm pretty sure maybe some of his folks or someone, right?
Yeah,
is rich or something. Like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah. Even Götze got like that too, for a little bit.
Yeah, when he was at Frankfurt, and then he wasn't playing, and he's like, "I want to play." Like, well, I thought you gotta lose some weight, and then he lost the weight, and he played, and then he went to PSV.
Because he's a rich kid. He came up rich.
Yeah. So, but you can tell, right? You can tell who who actually struggled and went through it, and people who don't give a fuck, bro.
Yep.
Like Schürrle, Andre Schürrle.
Yeah.
He retired at 28, and I was like, dog, like you're like at the age, like why are you retiring? Why are you retiring so early? And because his folks are freaking millionaires.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, when you got it like that,
But see, but I have an issue with that. Not the money. I have an issue with that because, to me, I see it as you don't need this job. You take a slot for someone who actually wants the job.
Well, I guess it depends by player.
Because most people who have the money, right?
Yeah.
Or who can live that lavish life. Connections. That's how they get in.
But but they can get some justification because they want a World Cup.
To me, yes, it's the same thing. I can give you an example. The same thing can happen to basketball player, a football player, maybe not a baseball player, but at least basketball, football, and even because you play the game, even gamers, you play the same game every day for endless hours. You play it next to professionals.
Mm-hmm.
You're bound to pick up traits. You're bound to pick up what's it called, like
lifestyle.
No, not the lifestyle, but like the way someone is, mannerisms.
Okay,
mannerisms of them, because it happens to people all the time, regular people. If you hang out with someone for so long, every day, or for a certain amount of time, every day, let's say 5 years, you pick up the way they say something, the way they talk certain things.
Yeah.
You pick up their mannerism. So imagine let's say you're 17 and you're playing with 25-year-olds, 26 who are professionals, and you're running, and you're doing certain things that isn't working, and player A or player B over there is doing the same thing you're doing, but he's adding something extra to it. You're like, why? Oh, because he's cutting left, right instead of just cutting right. And you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna do that, and it works for you, but because you're faster, you're younger, it works for you.
Yeah.
I think that's why he retired. Like Andre Schurrle retired so early because at the end of his career, he was playing at Fulham and he wasn't even playing. Mind you,
Yeah.
he was a World Cup winner.
Yeah.
He wasn't even
No,
playing.
but what I mean, because we were talking about, like
The
he's
money.
coming from money.
Well,
It's just what I'm trying to say with all that is like the people that do come, because shortly I think he was a good player for Chelsea. He was a good player for the German team that won the World Cup. And because of his financial benefits of growing up like that, I think he gets to uh to get like
a pass.
not a pass. His lifestyle allows him to fall off of love with the sport and just be like, okay, I'm done.
But still, I think it was the money that led to him taking, let's say, slot A
Mm-hmm.
to picking up all those mannerisms of the people who were around him, which got him off the bench at the World Cup, which got him to do that pass to Götze, who also got off the bench at the World Cup
Yeah.
in extra time. That made him score that goal. Because again, you're with people, dude. I watch gamers all the time. I watch people stream, and they play with these with all these people. And when they play with pros, even the pros say, yeah, when you play regular rank on whatever game, it's so different than playing the pro league. Because in the pro league, in rank, you can make, so let's call rank Sunday league, right?
Yeah.
You can, do whatever you want. You can make so many mistakes. It doesn't cost you anything. But when you're playing the pro league, when everyone's watching you, when you're playing in front of thousands of people, the pressure is there for you to keep those mannerisms, and every day in practice, 8 hours a day in practice, replay it and replay it and replay it and replay it and replay it, and only play with the same group of people. You know that he's gonna fart in 6 minutes because he farts every 6 minutes into the game, and you know this guy's gonna pick his booger. It's mannerism that that you pick up. It's muscle memory,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how you pick up. That's why I think certain players who don't belong there get to stay there for that long and get that extra benefit of, hey, even though I only played 2 minutes of the game, I won a World Cup. I think it's manners and people like that. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying because they maintain their status, right?
Mm-hmm.
They maintain status. But look at Dortmund. They had the first training facility.
Because I think there's like, if hypothetically, because I don't know, sure, is it comes from money too.
He does.
He does. Okay.
Yeah.
He comes from money. At the end of the day, like comparing them three, the other two had a lot more talent than this guy
Who's the other two?
with Shortly and Götze.
Oh, you mean
That come
Sule?
from
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
So maybe that's why I don't see clearly the whole point, because to me I feel like there's somewhat justifications to it.
Okay, so
Because Shortly, like I said, he did great at Chelsea.
yeah,
You know,
well, he didn't do great. He did okay.
he did his job.
He did okay.
He did his job.
The players he was around at Leverkusen
Mm-hmm.
were pretty decent players. Mario Götze was around so many creative midfielders when he was at Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
So many, and then not only that, Dortmund had that whole training box where the boss shoots.
So what you're saying is they would adapt to the level they were in.
Yes,
That's what you were saying.
yes, because that's what happens to these people all the time.
I don't think Schul has that luxury to do that. Like, I don't think he can.
Well, look at Mario Götze. He never had the luxury because once he went to the actual big leagues, when he actually went to Bayern Munich,
Yeah.
he never showed up. He shined at Borussia
Mm-hmm.
because there wasn't really anybody in his position that can bench him or that can say, "Hey, you're." He stuck out because the people around him made him shine the most. And then when he went to Borussia Dortmund, where there was Bayern Munich, sorry, Robben, Ribery, you had Thomas Mueller's still there, but Thomas Mueller, you had who else
Thomas
was,
Mueller has been there from the beginning.
yeah, you had
Bayern Munich.
Who else was in the midfield? You had Leon Goretzka when he was fucking fresh,
Yeah.
when he was fucking in his prime. You had Robert Lewandowski in his prime. Even and you shared the field a little bit with him at Dortmund,
Yeah.
but not a lot like you did in Germany. And that's why he was benched, because he just. And then what? He went to Frankfurt.
So basically, take it serious or get off the field.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
I
and
see what
and,
you're
and
saying.
because he has the luxury of like saying like, nah, bro, like I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. So again, if someone who actually takes it seriously, who who is their it's their fucking their way of life,
Mm-hmm.
right? They have to fucking play the game to survive, to play, to eat. It's they'll outshine like Cristiano Ronaldo, who comes from poverty, and he puts in so much work
Yeah.
because of that same thing.
They even make fun of him for putting in all that work.
What that's what I'm saying. I mean, he for sure he goes overboard.
Yeah.
Sure. Because I think at his point in his career, he doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to fucking do 1,000 sit-ups, even though I don't know if he does that. But
Well, it all depends. It's because that's the weird thing about it. As the older you get, the more you have to do with your body.
yeah, but again, he puts himself through that pace because he's crazy mentally at this point.
But he's still scoring.
But again, he's at a point where he doesn't need to anymore. He doesn't need to anymore. Again, you have to know, like David Beckham said, bro, when he saw Messi just fly blind, he was like, bruh, I'm done. You
Look,
have to know when to quit, dude.
I'm not much like I can praise the work ethic and all these things that Cristiano has achieved, or Messi and stuff. And I get it. They're old. They're old
For the sport.
for the sport, of course. But come on, like his time at United, this last run, he wasn't horrible.
It's not about being
He
horrible.
wasn't horrible. He still competed at the highest level.
It's not about being horrible.
Like my whole thing is, if you still can compete, maybe you can just. It's a different ambition, dude. It's just a different ambition.
It's not about being horrible. It's just that he doesn't need to do it anymore. Like he needs to know. A lot of players didn't play at United because of him. Kids who were coming up from the academy, they didn't get to play because of him. That's when you need to be.
Yeah, but the story of United is there's a lot of players in there that shouldn't
but
be
I'm
there.
not saying about people who I'm
I'm
not talking about the players. I'm not talking about other players. I'm talking about Cristiano Ronaldo.
He was still the goals.
Again, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
It's effectiveness.
No, that doesn't matter. You're not listening. It doesn't matter if he keeps scoring goals. He needs to know. He's already 38.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to know that, hey, you know what? It's your time to shine out, dude. I can teach you what I know, but it's your time to shine. He has to pass on the torch because he mentally, because he's even been interviewed before where they ask him, like, he's like, oh yeah, like I want to play till like I'm like 45. Bro, like what are you doing? Fucking you made so much money. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the fucking life, dude. You don't need to do this anymore. It's okay. You can fucking step off the field. That's the thing. Buffon, maybe he might have not said it publicly, but I'm pretty sure that was his mentality too. He played till 42.
Yeah,
and then he was like, bruh, like I'm done, dude. You should have retired fucking 5 years ago, 4 years ago. It's just that many people or I'm sorry, athletes, they don't want to do it because they're still in that mentality, like I can do it and I can do it. And like that's good that you still kind of have that mentality, but realistically, dude, you just can't, dude. You can't. And then you're gonna get hot head, and then you're gonna do this and that because you think, oh, it's not my fault, it's his fault. When maybe, yeah, sure, you scored a goal, you scored 2 goals, but you cost the team the game because you were being too selfish, or too this or too that. And there's been examples of Cristiano Ronaldo being really, really selfish. It's just it is, dude. Like it is what it is.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It is what it again. Doesn't matter if he's still scoring goals. It doesn't matter, dude. Like his time is up. He just, I don't know if he's obsessed with with I don't know. I don't know if he's obsessed.
I heard him say once that he was attempting to still be active to be able to play with his kid.
See, to me, that's not, especially at his age, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if if he would have had his kid 3 years before of what he originally had him,
Mm-hmm.
I can say okay, because I think his kid is what, like 15, I think 14,
I don't know, something like that.
right? Okay, so let's say he gets to play with him at 16, 17, whatever. But even 17 is more realistic. 16, I don't think his kid is as good to play top league,
Yeah.
because if he was, every team would be fucking after him. So again, it's one of those wishful thinking goals that every parent or every dude who's a soccer fanatic and plays whatever and gets to that level, everyone has that aspiration, right? To be like, oh, I want to have a kid so I can play with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to be a realist, dude. Like, it's not. If it's gonna happen, it's probably gonna be a fucking charity match. But like someone of his age, of his stature, like Messi, like look at Messi. He's doing it right, and I'm not a Messi fan, but he's doing it right. He literally went to the retirement league FC. You know what I mean? He came to MLS. He clicked his check, bro. He's like, he knows he's fucking,
Yeah.
he's. And I think Cristiano being so,
Well,
his ego being so big, he's like, nah, I got it, I still got it, I still got it. And yeah, you probably do.
but I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree. Just the fact that you mentioned Messi coming to the MLS. Well, you do know Cristiano can't do that.
Why not?
He can't come to the States.
Oh, because of his rape thing?
Yeah.
Isn't that shit over?
No. He never came back to finish the allegations.
Well, he doesn't need to come here.
Well, he can't come to the States.
Are you sure?
Because it's not over. It's not over.
I'm pretty sure it was over.
It's not over. Check it out.
I'm pretty sure it was over.
No, it's not. That's the reason why he hasn't stepped foot in the MLS.
Let me see.
While you look that up, I'm gonna put some mood music.
No, we don't need. We don't need. We don't need big music. We don't need music. Probably the worst music ever. Let's see. See what ESPN has.
If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff.
Let's go all the way down, bro. Because I don't care about.
And today's episode was brought to you by racism.
Yeah, they dismissed the case, dude, in 2017.
I've seen that it's still an active thing.
No, they dismissed the case.
All right.
It says right here on ESPN.
ESPN?
Yes. That he made a payment of $375,000. It says that they dismissed it, that the U.S. District Judge Jennifer Dorsey in Las Vegas dismissing the case. That because I guess one of the lawyers of the girl, whatever, was acting in bad faith for something that happened.
Well,
they have plans. They have plans of wanting to revive the case, but it's as of now, there's no case. There's no active case. Dead. Yeah.
Huh? I will stand corrected.
Sit corrected. Because you're sitting down.
Shush.
But yeah, like I said, dude, like I mean, obviously, we all know why he went to fucking Habibi.
Yeah.
The money. But yeah, like again, he went over there, and to be fair, it's he didn't win anything. right? I think his team lost the league by like
He
15
hasn't
points.
won anything yet.
That's what I'm saying. They lost the league by like 15 points. So against Neymar's team.
And he didn't even play.
Yeah. So, again, I think Cristiano is.
Doesn't he have Sadio Mane as a teammate too?
I think so.
And,
But again, he's at that age, dude, where it's like, dude, like you gotta pick and choose. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm pretty sure if he played in the U.S., he would have so much time to be able to enjoy his life. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because no one has, tomorrow guaranteed, kind of thing.
Maybe he's just addicted to it.
What about what I'm saying? But it's his ego, though. I think it's his ego.
Yeah. Or just fear of not knowing, of having to stop all this intensity.
I think it's his ego, dude. I think he wants to be the best of the best of the best, sir.
With honors.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, safe to say.
The league is over.
Yep.
Bayer Leverkusen are kings.
We're gonna start having
Tottenham are queens.
We're gonna have some football withdrawals for a while.
Well, not really, because Tuesday is the Europa
Premier
League final.
Withdrawals.
Well, you're gonna have Premier League withdrawals, maybe. I want to have fun.
But Euros are coming, and somewhat excited about them. We'll see what happens. So we'll later on get into predictions on that.
As soon as all the groups, I know there's still like a few teams that still need to play qualifiers to.
Yeah, once everybody's in
for the groups
stages.
are
officially.
Well, they're made. Groups are already made, but
but once we have entered officially all the teams, then
yeah.
I think we can give a solid
prediction
and see if who gets it right.
Uzbekistan's gonna win. No, I'm just kidding.
Out of nowhere, dark horse. Yeah.
Imagine shit.
But yeah,
Vegas is gonna win big. No, all right. Well,
thanks everybody for staying in this long episode, and once again, like, subscribe, share as much as you can. Let's grow the channel.
Have a good one.